So, welcome to the first episode of TMG Inspirations. And today I'm joined by George Lewis of Trusted Mortgages.
Morning, Scott.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Thank you.
Well, I'm good. So, we want to open up and show our members, obviously, the journey you've been on and other people have been on.
Yeah,
So, it seems a bit fitting we are in Rotherham HQ where Trusted was born, really.
pretty much. Yeah. I suppose, what was it, 3 years ago, nearly 3 years ago, the team we work with now, we kind of all met at another firm that was at a bit of a crossroads, if you like. And yeah, me and my business partner Dave decided that we needed to put something together to, to
Fly yourself.
to get going.
So, you and Dave set up 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Normally we go down the back route of what was your business, how did you get there, but all that rubbish. But I want to get to know you, your family, and what it was like 3 years ago. What was your family dynamics like? What have you gone through since then? Just so people can relate a bit more to it. So, mine back 3 years ago, one kid.
Yeah, my oldest Teddy, who he's 3 now, so we'd had Teddy. Yeah, shock to the system. And like I said, we were at a crossroads with us, within another firm. And I suppose 2-3 years on now, we've got a dog and number 2. And so it's all changed. It's been a baptism of fire.
So, how old was Teddy when you set Trusted up?
So he'll have been probably about 8 months old.
So, 8 months old, new business with Dave,
Yeah,
stresses of paying staff,
yeah,
a newborn baby.
yeah, pretty much.
What he's probably still in his car and crying and not sleeping.
Yeah.
Do you look back and go, Jesus, what a baptism of fire? And what were the stresses? Were you more stressing about the baby or the business, or how did it feel for you?
I think that, I make no bones about being very fortunate that stars kind of aligned with meeting Dave. Well, there's not many people I hold in as high regard as him. But also the guys that came to work with us, and knowing that I got that flexibility and I got that safety net that the cogs would keep turning in the office because we got such a great team together. So on those days where, there'd be no sleep or we needed to, see a doctor or things like that, then, we got that there. So yeah, I'm incredibly
Lucky and fortunate of where you were with it.
Yeah.
So we go back 3 years ago. There's yourself, Dave. Who else is in the office?
Nicola and Chris,
Yeah.
who head up our administration team, who, right now are probably advisors in their own right, and see the journey that they've come on over the last 2 years has been incredible as well. So, yeah, those two kind of sit alongside Dave in the office. We've got David Jane, who's an experienced advisor. Avril Davis, again, an experienced advisor, incredible advisor. And we've got Laura Penrose, who joined us in January. Again, seeing how she's kind of grabbed the bull by the horns in this last sort of 9 months has been inspiring.
Yeah. So if we go on to Laura and we talk about, I think when I look at your business, you've done it the right way. You've been very steady away with it. You've not gone, I want 800 advisors in the building.
It'd be nice, yeah.
But then when we talk about advisors, I always think, what drives you to want another advisor? I think that's a big question. I had it with Lauren and Kelly last week going, why do you want another advisor? Everyone said it's in their game plan, but I want another 2 advisors. But what's driving you to want an advisor?
I think at the moment I kind of battle with my role within the firm, and I'd love a packed diary every night where I'm protecting more families, protecting more people's income. and that really gives me an incredible buzz. But I suppose getting another advisor in would help kind of lift that. It's not a burden, but it might free me up
Yeah.
to grow other areas of the business. So
More networking, more doing your socials.
yeah, there's not enough hours in a day, and then again, I look back at home, try to be back for bath and bedtime to help out the missus again, who's absolute gold. So
You had to get that in on a
yeah,
podcast, didn't
yeah,
you?
yeah.
You were like, right, what am I getting tonight? What's tea on cards?
She got that pie out to do for us.
So, what's a family? What's a typical day look like? Obviously, we're seeing it now on your socials, but what does it look like normally? What time are you up? Are you doing school runs? What's the office look like?
Yeah, I suppose every day's a little different. Mondays, the lads are both at nursery, so it's kind of a bit frantic. Get them ready. Em takes them to nursery, and then I can be at the office or be at morning appointments, or come and do this with you guys.
Free lunch.
Free lunch afterwards. I'll hold you to that one as well. But yeah, typical day would be that, and then catching up with the team in the office, problem cases. Again, we're very fortunate. We've got David, Nicola, and Chris, and that's kind of the hub.
So on the problem case, obviously you've got Dave, but do you try and free up a set amount of time? So instead of obviously my phone goes off constantly, I'm guessing yours as well. Do you try and say, look, if you've got a problem case on a Monday or a Wednesday, we'll all get together and discuss them, or do you deal with it as and when?
I think I'm in the office more often than the other guys, but um, what's really good is that the guys that are based in other areas, Mansfield and Harrogate, for example, they'll come up at least once a week and they'll get together, discuss problem cases, and we kind of find that if everyone has their day, that works pretty well for us at the minute.
Yeah, because I think sometimes you can get overawed, and if everyone's peppering you with questions, I think you're lucky in the fact that you've got really experienced advisors. But
Yeah.
obviously, you've got Laura Watts, new to the industry, what probably ask more than the others do, or
Yeah, but I think what's been great is seeing how she's bought into the protection
yeah,
kind of mindset and how important that is, and seeing the value in doing that. And the mortgages will come, and we know that mortgages drag on for 2, 3, 4. I mean, at the
longer.
minute, yeah, 6 months, offers extending.
And we know the mortgages are stressful. I'm doing my own, so I know how stressful it is.
Yeah,
I can see it from a broker side, but you are a support network. You have to deal with both sides. It's an ongoing stress. Whereas protection, obviously, you clued onto it really well. Everyone needs it, and
yeah,
it's a generates you money straight away. So someone new coming into the industry, I would always be like, yes, the mortgages will come, but
yeah,
how long did it take you to build a client bank? 2, 3 years before you've got a sustainable one.
yeah.
Whereas you can earn money from protection day one, really.
Yeah, and everyone's got an income, and so everyone's got an income, so there's always an insurable need for everyone, really, unless you're lucky enough to have that money tree at bottom of the garden.
So your protection is probably a bit inspiring. So from when you started with us, you always had a bit of a bug for protection,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and then we've done a few courses. What you've loved,
yeah.
but your figures are rows and rows. And what do you think? Has it been a mindset change, or has it just been you've been more? Have you positioned it differently? What can you give any hints and tips to people of what's working really well for you?
I suppose not assuming, not assuming that a client's going to turn their nose up at it. Sticking your chest out and being proud of what you're doing. Um, I've been, as you say, fortunate or unfortunate, I suppose, to see the benefits of a policy that you've put in place for someone really help someone out, and the messages that you get, when they've, the little ones are badly, and the policy you've put in place for them means that they can have a year off work, because they're going to go through, a bit of
Treatment.
treatment and the trauma and stress that kind of that comes with that. So that really inspires me to want to protect more families. Um, I know I speak about my dad a lot, and you know, before I even did this, I was like, I kind of knew he was out of the house all the time, but never actually knew what he did until I was at a crossroads, and I had a bit of a career change, and you know, he mentioned a couple of people he'd helped. One being my best friend's parents. You know, we won't go into too much detail, but when it's that close to home,
It hits
it's like,
differently, doesn't
wow,
it?
yeah, wow. I want to do that. I think I want to do that. So yeah, that's where I suppose the bug comes from. And then you know, you see yourself, how many GoFundMe's do you see on Facebook week in, week out? Um, and you just want to create enough awareness without coming across, you know, um, like you're taking advantage of any
Yeah.
particular situation, obviously, but just so people can keep their ear to the ground for you, for when they see someone who might need a bit of help, a bit of support with something, and just to be that person that they can go to. That's kind of where we're at the minute.
And you never want to have that policy where someone rings and says something's happened, do they have protection, and they've never had it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, again, we make no apologies for throwing kitchen sink at it. I'd rather, you know, do that um, than not do that, and a client call me and ask what we did with it. And I will say to the customer, you know, when if you need to phone me, if one of you has been diagnosed with something nasty, what do you want me to tell you? And I think there's a lot of weight in that as well.
So protecting families, really, obviously, trusted works really well with it, and you are
Yeah.
giving them honest advice and giving them a big portfolio of decisions. Not you work through it with them. Do you think it works more that you've got children of your own now? Do you think
Yeah,
it
massively.
hits home more?
Yeah, massively. And again, you see it within communities close to where you live, you know, where things have happened to families and the kids. And you just want to raise a bit of awareness and, you know, again, be that person that they know.
Go to.
Yeah, they go to. Yeah, yeah.
Right, so on to a bit more of a fun topic.
Cool.
Two things. Maybe we go down this two different ways. So we've got the social,
Yeah.
but not a lot of people know you are in a band.
Oh, I knew that one would come.
He's like, yes, that's. I can get a plug
I
in
got a
for a
quick
band.
plug
Yeah, yeah,
in.
of course you can get a plug in.
Nice one. Mad Friday, Birdwell venue, be there.
It might not go out in time. So tell us a bit about the band. Does it help you with? Obviously, there's a lot of stress at work. So some people's de-stress will be the gym. Some people's will be I'll go out for a nice meal. Do you find your de-stress being in the band? How does it work?
A little
Have you
bit.
done it a long time or?
Yeah, I've done it a long time. I say it's a bit of a release, but it's a nightmare getting everybody together at the same time. Yeah, I mean the core, the bunch of us, I suppose, the group's been together since I was in year 9 at
Oh,
secondary school. So we, you know, myself, the drummer, or the guitar player, really close friends, always have been. And then later we met the other guys. And yeah, seeing, I suppose, they're all clients, funnily enough. So they're an extension of my sales force. Um, but yeah, it's just a good one to de-stress, to get amps up as loud as I possibly can,
and not
and
think
just
about anything.
play some AC/DC or
Favorite song
basis. Favorite song
to play?
to play. Um, I'd probably have to say, and it's really generic one, but "Sex on Fire" by Kings of Leon.
Gets everyone going.
It just gets everybody chanting. Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, probably that.
So you've got that, and then you just twigged on something which I have speak a lot to other brokers is that your extended circle
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
then refers for you, and I think that's a really massive one for
yeah,
anyone listening to go right. How do you go and generate business? And if you can have your friends singing your praises or your partner singing your praises,
yeah,
do you rely on that a lot, or is
yeah.
it does it come naturally? Do you tell them about what you do? Are you proud of what you do? How's it? How's
Yeah,
it?
I try and share snippets, just so that people are aware of, again, being the go-to person. Um, but I suppose my business, if you like, the clients under my wing, um, kind of invariably come about because I took someone's place on a lad's holiday about 12 years ago. Um, and I went through a rough time at the time, so it was great to make a bunch of new friends. Um, but invariably, at some point, as we've all grown up and they've grown up, they've needed a house, they've had kids, um, and getting them to sing your praises through doing a good job, of course, then that's immeasurable.
And I think it doesn't really matter if it is going on a stag do or if it's a five-a-side football game. But the more things you're involved in, ultimately leads to more conversation, which ultimately leads to more clients. If you're sat at home and you're not going out
Yeah,
and socialising,
it does if I can get it signed off
yeah.
by the missus.
But if your missus knows there's a nice holiday coming out of it, then it's a different story.
Yeah,
So I think that obviously drives where you get your leads from, social, word of mouth, the normal bloke on the street, um, down to earth, just a normal good kid. And then now you've done something a bit different. And I know we're all scared to get in front of the camera or the microphone. Do you want to tell us about your little social?
yeah. I
Give a
mean,
TikTok a shout out as well.
yeah, on TikTok, um, Instagram, but Molly will know just as much as anyone how being put on camera or having a mic. I mean, it's weird because I do play in a group, and you'd think, and with my clients, obviously around the dinner table, it's second nature. But hearing your own voice back and filming yourself and whatnot, it's frightening. It's frightening, and but people have said you need to do more. You need to get on social media. You need to do some videos, and I've always said I will do.
Yeah.
I know I
Oh,
need
it's
to.
always going to be next week. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I'll do it
yeah,
next week. I'll be
yeah.
next one on.
You know,
So, did you self-teach yourself on CapCut, or did you ask your social media firm to look at it?
again, we through networking, we met a firm called 10x Marketing. They do a few posts for us every week, but they've again, just like Molly said to me, do a bit more, embrace video because it'll be the catalyst that then drives everything else. And we want to grow as business. We want to help protect more families, and we want to grow and add more advisors and have a firm to be really proud of. So that's kind of, I suppose, the end goal. But I'd always put it off, and I'd always put it. Yeah, it's something that I needed to get my head around. So I thought, if I do something that's like a challenge, and document that publicly, but say I'm going to do it for charity, and a charity that's close to my heart, which would be Barnsley Hospice, then what kind of idiot doesn't turn up for charity? So I thought, my grandma sadly passed away during COVID. I was only speaking to my mum recently. We not really had a proper send off for her, but at the time, Barnsley Hospice were amazing with her and our family. Um, so I thought, well, she would have been 87 last Monday. Let's try and complete 87 kilometres in her memory to support Barnsley Hospice. And as a byproduct, maybe I might feel a bit more confident on camera, post more, that kind of thing. So at some point, we can start doing more mortgage or protection content. But there's nobody, obviously, that you hold in higher regard than your grandma,
Yeah.
apart from Dave.
I thought you were pointing at Andy then.
So that'll hold my feet to the fire. And
So how long did you procrastinate? Is that the right word? Procrastinate about it
so, yeah.
before you decided? Because normally you would be, I'm going to go and do a challenge. I'm going to go and do something. Did you think about it and think about it
Oh yeah,
before you?
drove me mad. Like the anxiety through the roof. And the weekend before, my sister's pretty good on social media. She runs a salon, and I asked her for some hints and tips, and it was it wasn't helping. She was trying to help, but it wasn't helping. It was like, you need to do this, you need to do that, and I'm just, building up with anxiety. And it wasn't until the Monday morning, and I said, I'm not doing it. I bottled it. I'm not doing it. And then I was just like, well, what are you playing at? Just crack on. So it was right up until before I put my trainers on Monday morning.
And I've seen it. I think they're brilliant. Obviously, I spoke to our marketing girls and said
Yeah,
they look fantastic. Like, it's honest. It's just a normal person. It's got great music and a background to it. It just looks good, and it's only 30 seconds long, or maybe a bit longer on
yeah,
some of
yeah,
the others.
yeah.
And they're getting, from posting nothing on TikTok, your average viewing, I think I was saying earlier, is about 800,
Right.
which is 800 people viewing you. And it's not the old boring stuff of someone saying, the interest rate's going up, the interest
Yeah,
rate's
yeah,
going down. You see that a million times a day.
yeah.
What they're saying is a normal bloke wanting to get fit, because ultimately that's one of the end
That'll
goals of
help.
it.
Yeah,
You can get better on social, and you're raising money, which is all important. So if you was going through what are the tips, they
yeah,
are the three big ticks. What you really look for in life, and then you're giving something back, and you've got an achievement at the end of it. And then you probably got a video montage in like 10 years' time. You can play it back and be
yeah.
like,
My
"Do you remember when I
phone's
did that?"
my phone actually stopped recording the other day and said, "You've run out of space," and that's because I just set.
iPhone 17 upgrade coming.
Yeah, yeah. We have to. No, yeah. Um, but yeah, just to go back onto, it's not kind of moving mountains by doing it. A lot of it is just using the automated features within CapCut. The guys that help us with his social media have offered to help me with a bit of training and a bit of coaching on how to do it more effectively. Um, but yeah, it's just finding it. People tell me you need to spend a Sunday scheduling, but if I spend a Sunday scheduling and there's no Sunday dinner or
Yeah, I mean, your Sunday dinner is your like most favourite thing. Favourite meat on a Sunday dinner? Just go off random topic.
exactly roast beef,
That's beef, good
roast
choice.
beef, nips and tatties.
Nips and tatties. That's a proper Barnsley thing. Right, so I think we've covered most bits and pieces. Let's go on to trusted, because obviously
Yeah.
that's why we're here for, and we want to know more about you. And give me three reasons why someone should use trusted over another brokerage.
Well, they get me, but I'm Dave, Nicola, Chris, like experts within what they do. So um, it's very personable in that respect that they can come to me. Um, but within the firm, we've got specialists like Dave, like Nicola, like Chris. So there are much. I suppose there are much better brokers than me out there in terms of criteria knowledge and things like that. But through using
Collective.
the collective, the team, you know, um,
And it's a whole process. So the girls and the guys in the office do the general insurance as well for them. So that's another tick what they don't need to worry about. So you are offering a holistic approach to all
yeah,
clients.
massively. I think probably shot ourselves in the foot with the mortgage and protection advisors kind of tag. But there are things that through obviously TMG, we can help someone with their commercial finance. We can put them in touch with the right people. We can sort your general insurance out. We can help with your portfolio buy to lets and things like that.
Trusted is the one-stop shop.
Yeah, you just want to be that resource for people that need help. So then we can point them in the right direction.
Top three tips for someone looking at a mortgage.
Speak to a broker. Just speak to a broker. I always say chat costs no. And personally, if we can't help you, there's no strings attached there, but we'll be able to signpost you as you know as to when you're probably prime and ready to go. Get an handle on your credit report. Just be aware of what you're paying, what you signed up for, and pay things on time.
Yeah, that does help
It does help,
to
doesn't it?
get the higher LTV. So let's do some quick fire ones because then these will be good for outcuts. Um, oh, could we go randomly off topic? Who's your current mortgage with? And what rate are you on? And when have you got it fixed or have you got it variable? Because I think it's important for people to go, what has the broker got?
Yeah,
Because everyone
yeah.
will think you're on 1.99 and
Nah,
you're
it's
tied with best deal in life.
impossible. I think we're with HSBC. I couldn't tell you the rate. Couldn't tell you the rate. It will come up on the reviews shortly though, because I think it's up in May next year. Um, but are we thinking of moving? Don't know. Kids are getting bigger. Need somewhere to park.
Need more room to do videos.
Yeah, need a garage, I suppose. Andy's got two of them.
Because you're massive on protection,
Yeah,
what's your protection and what's it mean as a family? So if anything happened to you,
yeah. Again, it's a conversation. I can show you what bells and
yeah,
whistles looks like, and I can show you what cheap and nasty looks like, and ramifications of that are not worth kind of thinking about. But yeah, I suppose my own personal protection is if anything happens to me. So if I died, the mortgage would be paid off. Okay, a massive, sigh of relief for the missus that the mortgage is paid off. She'd also get an income until the youngest 25 to replace what's no longer coming into the
yeah,
house, and that is massive. And people are not overly aware of that kind of product, and that kind of product is very cost effective, and it not put an end to because there's some very worthwhile causes on these GoFundMe pages, but it had certainly, stopped a lot of people thinking that's what they need to rely on, which we call in the industry family income benefit.
yeah,
So that's massive. If I'm diagnosed with anything nasty, or if my missus is diagnosed with anything nasty, the mortgage again is paid off. Okay, so we'd probably be down to one income, hoping one of us makes a full recovery, but peace of mind knowing that the mortgage is paid off. My missus has got an income protection plan, so if she can't work, if she's injured or if she's ill long term, we've at least got her income coming into the house. So that's what we've got from a personal perspective. A bit of a personal story, I suppose, and I could probably bring Andy in on this one, is to protect my income, to make it as tax effective as possible. We looked at a business protection product
yeah,
called Executive Income Protection. And again, probably one of the reasons I'm doing the fitness challenge is I was actually declined terms because of my BMI. So I'm hoping that, at the end of this journey, we can revisit that and be much healthier. I'll be my fighting weight, and we can protect my income through the business with a product that pays
helps
the
the
business,
business.
and so that we can still take an income. So that's kind of my own protection portfolio. I'm sure.
We went a bit off topic, but I think it's really important that people see the person behind it, and you're not just saying take this out or do that. That kind of hits home that the kids will get it until they're 25 if anything
Yeah,
happens
yeah,
to it.
yeah.
That's massive because we all know the kids aren't going to fly the nest until they're at least 25 because everyone likes living at home.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
yeah, I think that's a really important conversation to have, and hopefully people will look at that and go, "Do what? I actually want something what goes up to 25." And I think us showing this to our brokers is kind of like going, "Look, use these stories, use your own personal stories, because if you said to someone, if anything happens to me, my kid's fine until they're 25,
Yeah, yeah.
it's a great story, and someone else wants to do it, and they want to do it, and then it generates more business, more interest, and gets you where you want to go." Right, so I think we're nearing the end because we've rabbited on forever, and the pub's nearly open. Not the pub, I'll cut that out. The restaurant's nearly open where we can have Diet Coke. Any questions for me?
Oh, I weren't planning on any questions, mate.
Good, no commission conversations. Good, right, done. Anything?
When's the book out?
Ah, the book is out this Saturday. So hopefully Molly will have got this edited and ready to go on Saturday. I will get you all a signed
Signed
copy.
copy.
Yeah, double money for that one. And then we're away. Right, thank you everyone. Thank you, George, for our first ever one. You're now a record holder of the first ever TMG Inspirations, and
True.
yeah, hopefully that'll have inspired a few people. Got a few stories for people. And next time in 6 months, you'll be looking trimmer. You'll have your executive policy, and then I'll get you in boxing ring for a boxing fight.
Let's do it.
Done. Right, that is now on record. He's boxing in March for us. Right,
Against
thank you
you.
everyone.